clear now? Clear? So if you have any doubt, just ask your doubts, guys, because you will get more clarity from this. Very, very simple. Now, just you have to remember all these types of numbers. Sometimes these words you may get in the papers. I mean, just you have to remember what is this. Just all these numbers are very basic, but just you have to remember the meaning. So natural numbers means what? Because in the previous question just we seen clear integers. First we should know what is the meaning of all these things. Very simple, easy. Now if you observe particularly natural numbers, we are taking basic numbers from 1, 2, 3 like that, etc. Clear? Yes, very good, very good. Now whole numbers including 0. So 0 is not a natural number. From 0 and remaining natural numbers we are calling as a whole numbers. Next, so integers you will take like this, the positive integers and negative integer, everything. Just remember all these names. Everyone know familiar with the even and odd numbers, very simple. And particularly you have to very careful with the prime number. Sometimes prime number based questions also we are getting. If you observe 2020 paper based on prime numbers also we are getting. Very quickly everyone just tell me what are the prime numbers in the first 20. Tell me 1 to 20 how many prime numbers are there, what are that? Just tell me what is the meaning of the prime number. Very simple, but based on prime number concept and divisibility rule we are getting questions regularly, right? So prime number already I am given here some prime numbers. Clear? Which is divisible by 1 and itself generally we are taking as a prime numbers. Now all these numbers you have to remember. And composite numbers, very good Pratish, very good. So divided by 1 and itself is a prime number. Just basic idea we should have. So no need to by head and all these things. We should have idea what is what, because sometimes in the UPSC paper you will find these words also, right? So no need to get confused. So composite numbers means which are non-prime numbers you will take remaining. And the rational numbers you are not able to see here in the form of, just for example, whichever number is in the form of x divided by y, so that numbers you will take the rational numbers. Irrational numbers in the form of roots, if you represent that numbers we will take rational numbers. And real numbers is a combination of rational and irrational numbers. Just remember all these words, that's it. But based on this, what type of questions regularly in the exam you are getting, we will take every question. But first important rules in the number system is a divisibility rule. All the divisibility rule, I hope everyone knows that. But particularly if you observe last 3-4 years papers in the UPSC, last year, that is 2020, we got based on 3 divisibility rule, 6 divisibility rule, we got 2 questions only based on divisibility, and 4 divisibility rule also they used. Nearly we got 3 questions. Only based on divisibility rule. One is 3, one is 6 and one is 4. Definitely all the divisibility rules you have to remember up to 10. Very basic. And for UPSC level, no need to by heart anything, just understand what is the concept. Based on that you can answer questions. And in all these divisibility rules also very basic type of questions only we are getting. So even if you observe 2019 or even before 2020, so we got most of the questions based on divisibility rule of 3. So UPSC likes mostly divisibility rule of 3, definitely. So we have to remember these kind of things. Very simple. So we'll focus one by one, and based on divisibility rule what questions we got in UPSC CSAT paper 2, everything we will discuss. Guys, if you are facing any problem with my teaching or if you are not understanding, just tell me, I'll explain every point clearly in an important and easy, simple and easy understanding way we will discuss. Because whenever you are spending some time here, we cannot waste any time. You have to understand each and every point very clear manner. Compulsory from Vishnu IAS Academy, everything we will give, so for the benefit of the students, easy and simple way. So in the CSAT paper also definitely I will give every point which is relevant to the subject or which is relevant to the UPSC level, only which is relevant to the EPSC type of question. What UPSC is demanding, only we will focus that. Clear, guys? Now let's see. One by one we'll see. Divisibility by 2. Divisibility rule of 2, what we can do here. Simple. Now just everyone is able to see this, guys. So I hope it's clear. So whenever any number is last digit is having 0 or any even digit, generally 2, 4 and 6 and 8, all these things, that number generally divisible by 2. That's very simple. Some examples are there, we can check, right? If the last number or last digit is any even number, you take any number, for example 198 is there, so 124 is there, all these things divisible or not, just based on last digit we can decide. But directly, these direct numbers or direct divisibility rule we cannot apply in the exam, but application oriented questions you will get. Just remember, so what is divisibility rule of 2 and 3 is very very important here, because most of the papers in the previous papers in a UPSC CSAT paper 2 we got questions based on divisibility rule 3. Divisibility rule of 3, if you don't know, very simple, easily just remember, sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then that number is also divisible by 3. Just example I given, any number you take, 1 2 3 3 is there. If you add all these digits, 1 plus 2 3 3 plus 3 6 6 plus 3 9. So obviously this sum of the digits we are getting 9. If 9 is obviously divisible by 3, clear? So definitely it is divisible by 3. If you take one number here, tell me everyone, 2 4 3 1 6 9, is this number divisible by 3 or not? Tell me very quickly within seconds. Very simple, very simple. You take anything, any number, just we have to check it is divisibility or not, it is divisible by 3 or not. What we will do generally, addition of all the digits, is divisible or not. Simple, just add all these numbers. If the total digit sum is divisible, guys, everyone is getting audio properly, just tell me. Right? Okay. Right, very good. Somebody is telling divisible and some is telling not divisible by 3. Okay, just you have to count everything. Just digit sum. 2 plus 4 6, 6 plus 3 9, 1 10, 10 plus 6 16, 16 plus, and we are getting 9 here, 16 plus 9 20. Obviously it is not divisible. It is not divisible, guys. Yes. Now everyone got the clarity, 3 divisibility. So 3 divisibility rule is important. Right? I hope everyone got the clarity. If required, some more examples also we will take in the next slide. Now let's see. Divisibility of 4. If you take 4 divisibility rule, so what we have to remember here? 4 divisibility rule. If you take 4 divisibility rule, if the last 2 digits is divisible by 4, any number you take, if last 2 digits is divisible by 4, then that number is divisible by 4. And another important point, if any number having 2 or more than 2 zeros in the last, that number obviously divisible by 4. Clear, guys? Some examples I given, but tell me, for example, if you have 1700 divisible by 4 or not, is it divisible by 4 or not? Tell me very quickly. 1700 is there. Whatever rules we are taking, based on that rules, is this divisible or not? Just tell me without using pen and paper. We can, no need to do anything. Why we are taking all these divisibility rules? Important. Clear? Is it divisible or not? You have to check. What we are taking? If the last 2 digits is divisible by 4, then it is divisible by 4, any number. You take here some example, 6428, definitely 28 is divisible by 4. Clear? Similarly, 153 000, in the last, if you have 2 zeros or more than 2 zeros, the total whole number is divisible by 4. Similarly, this is also divisible. Very good. Now, divisibility 5, just very simple, this is very simple, so no need to focus particularly. So at the last place, if you find the last digit 0 or 5, any number is divisible by 5. Either 0 or 5, any number is divisible by 5. This is very simple. Particularly you have to focus on 4 divisibility rule, because we got questions previously. 3 divisibility rule, we got previously questions. That point is very important. Let's see some more points here. Now, if you want to take some examples based on this, for example, we will take some questions. For example, 1964 is divisible or not by 4. Clear? Based on divisibility rule, you have to answer. Only divisibility rule you have to opt. 1964 divisible by 4 or not? Very quickly. Right? So only you have to apply divisibility rule. No need to do any calculations. For example, 164,3,000 is divisible by 4 or not? Clear? So we have to answer this type of question. Very good. Somebody is telling not divisible. Why, Nidhi? It's divisible by 4 or not? What we have to do? Clear? What we have to do? What I told? Any number, if last 2 digit is divisible by 4, if that number definitely divisible by 4. Just observe the points whatever we are taken. Clear? Last 2 digits. We cannot forget any point. If divisible by 4, definitely it is divisible. So what we are taken? 1964. Clear? 64 is obviously divisible by 4. Definitely it is divisible. Right? See, not individually, total 2 digits we have to take, guys. Here 2 digits. Clear? 64, last 2 digits individually we cannot see. Clear? If the 64 is divisible by, if it is divisible by 4, that whole number is divisible by 4. That's a rule. Now it is clear? Now it is clear, guys? Now you take any number, for example 164,3,000. Is it divisible by 4? You take any numbers, we can apply these kind of rules. Or is it divisible by 4 and is it divisible by 8? But I am not explained about 8, just tell me if you know that. But we will take remaining points also. Divisibility rules also very, very important. Direct questions you will get without using pen and paper. You can answer questions. You take any number, for example 6318324. Is it divisible by 3 or not? Tell me. Is this number is divisible by 3 or not? Everyone try to answer. Very simple. 6318324 is divisible by 3 or not according to the rule. According to the rule we have to check. Because if you observe 2020 paper, 5 digit number based questions they given based on divisibility rule of 3. Just I given here 7 digits. But in the exam we got 5 digits. They can give anything in the UPSC. So we should have complete clarity. Divisibility rule of 3 is what? You have to take digit sum. Based on that, if all the digit sum, if you are getting divisible of this particular 3, definitely it is divisible. Right? Like this. We'll take some more points also. In the divisibility rule, some more points are there. Particularly, don't forget 3, 4 divisibility rules particularly. And 6. When the number is divisible by 3 and 2, direct same statement we got in the exam in 2020. This is a point is very, very important. Directly they ask this type of questions. So this is also important. So divisibility by 6. When the number is divisible by 3 and 2 both. If any number is divisible by 3 and 2 both. For example, you take some numbers. Clear? 36 is given. Is 36 is divisible by 2? Obviously. Is 36 is divisible by 3 also? Definitely it is divisible by 3 and 2. If any number is divisible by 3 and 2 both, that number obviously divisible by 6 also. That is, you have to remember, we got this direct statement in the question. We'll see that questions also. That's why this is also very, very important. We have to remember. So based on that lines, you have to remember remaining points also. Examiner can ask anything. UPS can ask anything. Clear? The next, divisibility of 7. Whenever we are doing divisibility of 7, very carefully you have to observe. Now let's take this divisibility of 7. Now in this case, I have taken one simple example here. For example, if you have one number 658, is the 658 is divisible by 7 or not? We have to check. If you want to check 658, what we have to do? The last number double value we have to take. Double means multiplication of 2. 8 into 2. We are getting 16. See, whatever remaining digits are there, from that 2 digits, if you subtract this one, I take it here. So example number is 658. So last digit you have to multiply, with 2. You have to take double. Clear? 16. 65 minus 16. After subtracting, if you get value is 0 or any multiple of 7 value, if you get, that is definitely divisible by 7 we can take. If you observe, 65 minus 16 we are getting 49. We are not getting 0. Even if you are getting any multiple of 7, definitely that is divisible by 7. We are getting 49. It's a multiple of 7. Definitely it is divisible. So total 658 is divisible by 7. This is the divisibility rule of 7. I hope everyone is following clearly. So everyone is following or not, tell me very quickly in the comments. So if it is clear, now we'll move to some other points also. Its understanding is very, very important. Just understand whatever points we are covering in the class. That's enough to answer all the exam model questions. Parallelly, we are doing exam model questions also. You will get the clarity. Another divisibility of 8, if you take, similar to 4. In the 4, what we are taken? If the last 2 digits is divisible by 4, the total number is divisible by 4. Or otherwise, in the 4, what we are taken? Another point. In the last digits, 2 are more than 2 zeros are there, the total number is divisible by 4. Similarly for 8 also, if the last 3 digits is divisible by 8, that number is divisible by 8. If you observe 2256, 2256, last 3 digits, 256 is definitely divisible by 8. So total number is also divisible by 8. And another example I given based on the second point. If any number is having 3 or more than 3 zeros in the end, 3 zeros or more than 3 zeros, definitely that number is divisible by 8. So divisible rule of 4 and divisible rule of 8 both are similar. You have to remember very simple manner. So if you observe 3 zeros are there, definitely it is divisible by 8. Like this we have to remember. Clear guys? Now very good. Let's take one more point. Divisibility of 9 is also very simple. It's similar to 3 again. What we are taking in the 3? Divisibility rule of 3. All the digits, if you take sum, if the digit sum is divisible by 3, the total number is also divisible by 3. Similarly, in the 9 also, sum of the all digits is divisible by 9. Sum of the all digits is divisible by 9. So definitely the total number is divisible 9. Just take digit sum here. Is it divisible by 9? Obviously it is divisible by 9. And divisibility 10 is very simple. No need to by heart anything. No need to bother. Don't bother about that particular thing, because any number ends with a 0. Definitely it is divisible by 10. Like that we can take. It's not that much important. Remaining things are very, very important. Sometimes divisibility rule of 11 also important. Divisibility rule 11, what we have to do? Alternate digit. For example, I'll take one question here. For example, 7, 3, 4. Clear? If you take 5, 6, alternate numbers we have to take. Clear? Alternate numbers you have to take. Clear? And 4 and 4. If you have like this, alternate numbers, if you add all these numbers, alternate numbers, if you take right, alternate numbers, whenever you take here, that alternate number addition, first you take 7, 4, 6 and 4. How much you are getting? Clear? So 11 digit sum. All these alternate number digit sum you are getting 11. If you are getting the subtraction of the two values 0, that is divisible by 11, or any multiple of 11, that is divisible by 11. That is similar to divisibility rule of 7. Clear point? So like this we have to apply divisibility rules for up to 10 compulsory. You have to remember. Based on this, what type of questions we got in the exams. We'll take one question here. Just everyone try to answer these guys. Very simple and important 2020 model, 2020 question, the questions they asked in 2020. Everyone try to answer. This is related to the prime number concept as well as, so indirectly it is related to divisibility rule also, right? Just try to answer this. Which one is correct? Everyone try to answer. Very simple and easy concept. Whatever concepts we learn here, you can apply here. Very simple. Try to understand question very clearly. How many 5-digit prime numbers are there? We know the concept of prime number. So concept of prime number is important. I already told different numbers. Prime number is what? Everyone knows that. And concept of prime number and can be obtained by using all the digits. What digits we have? That is you have to focus particularly. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These are the 5 digits we have without repetition of the digits. Without repeating all these digits, how many 5 digits prime numbers can be framed? That is you have to observe. But framing all these numbers is very difficult. But if you apply divisibility rule for this, definitely you will get the answer very quickly. That's why divisibility rules are important. If you don't know the divisibility rule, see, if any number is divisible by some other particular number, it is not a prime number. We know that what is a prime number. If it is divisible by 1, R itself is a prime number. But concept is only prime number here. So if you take any number, if you frame any number using these 5 digits, see, for example, I am taking just zigzag manner, I am taking 2, 1, 3, 5, 4 like this, even. This is one particular number. Is it prime or not? What we have to do? Just check all the digits of these numbers. Whatever digits are there here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. The digit sum, if you observe, total we are getting 15. Total digit sum, how much we are getting? 15. This 15 is divisible by 3 or not? If the 15 is divisible by 3, this total number, whatever we are framing using these 5 digits, that any number, it is divisible by 3 only. If that number is divisible by 3 using this 5 digit, you frame any number that is divisible by, definitely divisible by 3. Obviously, it cannot be a frame number. We cannot frame any prime numbers with these 5 digits. I hope it's clear, guys. Now everyone got the clarity. We cannot frame any prime numbers means 0 is the correct answer. How much simple it is. Just if you are good in this prime number is what, or if you know the divisibility rule of 3, you will get this particular question very within time. Obviously within less time you can answer this type of question. Wherever you are feeling difficult, you can spend more time in the CSAT paper too. Obviously time management not that much important, accuracy matters a lot, but when you save your time here, you can spend your time to some other difficult or wherever you are facing difficult. In that case you can spend more time. I hope up to this is everyone clear, guys. Clear? Now let's take one more question. Everybody can answer this. Just now we discussed all the divisibility rules. This is also 2020 question. Everyone should answer this. What is the correct answer? See, this question some students or some aspirants are taking as a syllogisms concept like that, but it's a completely basic maths related type of question, right? So statement and conclusions. What is right? Just observe here. This is also related to divisibility concept, right? We know that divisibility rule of 6. We know the divisibility rule of 4. Everything we know. Just tell me. Only conclusion 1. Very good. Jaya Sinha. Very good. Divya. Very good. Divya. Right? Very good. Now we'll see. What's the first point here? All numbers are divisible by 2. All numbers are divisible by 3. These are the given 2 statements. Using these 2 statements, which conclusion is right, which conclusion is wrong, we have to take the conclusion. Now if you observe, all the numbers are divisible by 6. See, whichever number you take divisible by 6, if generally what is the divisibility rule of 6? If any number is divisible by 2 and 3, both, definitely it is divisible by 6. So you take any number, 12, 12 is divisible by 3, 12 is divisible by 2 and 3, both, definitely it is divisible by 6. You can conclude 1 is correct, definitely. Conclusion 1 is correct. And conclusion 2, all the numbers are divisible by 4. All the numbers are divisible by 4. Whatever numbers are divisible by 2 and 3, all numbers are not divisible by 4. Even if you take 6 6 may be divisible by 2 and 3, but 6 if you take it is not divisible by 4. Definitely we cannot take like that. So only conclusion 1 follows. I hope everyone is following. I hope everyone is clear about this. Let's take one more question. You can answer this very easy, simple. How many integers are there between 100 which have 4 as a digit but are not divisible by 4? Even just without applying the common sense concept also we can answer these type of questions. But divisibility rule is there, but you can no need to apply. Very simple numbers are there because we are taking 1 to 100. We are taking 1 to 100. Very simple. Everyone should answer within seconds. Once again, try to understand question. How many integers are there between 1 and 100 which have 4 as a digit? Every integer should have a 4 as a digit, are not divisible by 4. That should not divisible by 4. Clear? Just take from 1 to 100. How many digits having the 4 as an integer here? Just if you take 4. Clear? 14, 24, 34, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and you can take 54, 64, 74, 84 and 94. You have to take up to 100 only. But in all these things, no need to note down all these points in the exam rough sheets and all these things, but even still if you write down, you can answer. Just tell me what is the correct answer, guys. How many integers are there between 1 to 100? I given all the numbers, right? From these numbers, how many numbers are not divisible by 4? Just at least tell me that. How many are divisible or how many are not divisible? Total how many are there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Anything we are missing here? Sorry. Here we are missing 44, 40. In the 40 also we have to take 40, 41, 42, 43 we are missing here. Clear? See, you have to take every digit, every integer which should have digit as a 4. 4 digit is there, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. You have to continue with this 2 also, 3 also. So total, how many we are getting? 18. Clear? In all these numbers, how many are divisible, how many are not divisible? How many are not divisible? Just find out. How many are not divisible we have to take. How many are divisible and how many are not divisible? So what we can do here? 4, 14, 24, 34, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 54, 64, 74, 84 and 94. In all these numbers which are exactly divisible by 4, first check that one. Which are exactly divisible by 4. Which are exactly divisible by 4. It is divisible, and similarly it is also divisible, right? It is also divisible. It is also divisible. Clear? Any other thing if I am missing, just tell me here. 48 is divisible. Clear? It is divisible. It is also divisible. Clear? So in all these things, how many are not divisible? Just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, one more we are missing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So total 12 numbers are not divisible by 4. And all these numbers also very simple. 1 to 100 means very simple concept. Basically you can answer all these type of questions very simple and easy way. Not 11 guys, 12 you have to get. We cannot miss this point. Here bottom we have 41 is there. Right? So just count all these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These two also we cannot miss. So everything just note down. All the numbers are like this. Just you can find out. Answer very simple and easy way. But somebody is taken, everyone is taken 11, 11, 11. But it's 12 guys. Now everyone got the clarity how we are getting 12. Note down very clearly. Initially I missed these numbers. Once again just note down all the numbers and identify which are divisible or which are not divisible. Simple.